Hey guys, so we just got this beautiful roll-up door from Industrial Door Supply here in Sacramento. They've been super great to us, so I definitely want to give them a big thank you. They've been fantastic. So when you're setting up your roll-up door prop, what you'll want to do is you'll want to measure from basically the top here down to about mid-wheel. And so that's about 88 inches for this. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna basically do the same thing. We're gonna basically hook this. We're gonna find where 88 inches is. So in this case, 88 inches is right along this rise. Now you can make it a little bit shorter, so you can cut it along the seam if you want to, or you can cut it here, either one. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this thing in half, and then we're gonna take this piece of roll-up door and we're gonna put it on our roll-up door prop, and we're gonna start cutting. Okay, so we have our piece of roll-up door. It's 88 inches high, and so now we're gonna go ahead and put it up on the lifting system. So me and Paul, we're just gonna grab one end and I'll walk it right up here. So what'll happen sometimes is the T-steel at the bottom will get caught, so just lift it up over that. Again, if we did this right, it should be right at the top of this header. And so the nice thing is, if it holds its position, which is gonna do that for me today, I'm just gonna take my Halligan, make a hole, bring that back up, and I've just happened here to have a lag screw. So I got a lag screw with my impact gun, and I'll just go ahead now and mount this into the 4x4. And that's a good solid mount right there. And I'll go over and do the other side for Paul. All right. Believe it or not, so this is what they call sheet curtain. It's not very heavy, typically made of about 20 gauge steel. You can see the seams in it. That's one of the indications that it's sheet curtain. This is the most common roll-up doors that are being used right now. They're highly economical. They're not nearly as heavy as the older school, what we call rolling steel doors. And so this is a really good example of a sheet curtain. And so just want you to see that. And again, with the two, I'll probably throw one more in the middle, and then we're gonna go ahead and lift it. And then once we get lifted, we'll go ahead and anchor it in on both sides. All right, we now have 4 lag screws holding up the top of the roll-up door to the lifting system. And now we're gonna lift it. Now, if you notice, we haven't added any other screws going down yet, because what we want is we want the actual roll-up door to hang, so any stretch that's in that door is hung out. So because what we find is if we screw it in now, when we lift it up, it has bows in it. And so what we're trying to do is avoid the bows in the roll-up door. So we're gonna roll it up. The crank mechanism for the lifting system on our roll-up door is very simple. When it's locked and the system's not moving, as we rotate it clockwise, it will continue to lift the door. When we're ready to lower the door, what we'll do is we're gonna hold this handle and we're gonna flip this lever. And when we flip that lever, actually there's nothing holding it now. It will fall freely if we let go of it. So we hold on to it and we bring it down back into place when we're ready to unload and reload the door. And when we're ready to go back up, flip the lever again, make sure it's locked. Now go ahead and lift the door back up. Now you can see initially when it came up, it actually, even though we made it 88 inches, we measured everything, now that it's hung out, it's actually gotten a little bit longer. So it's actually longer than the lifting system. So we brought it up a little bit higher than the lifting system, which is totally normal. So I can now lower it back to where the angle iron touches the ground. And if you're on uneven ground like we are today, you may not get a perfect seam across the bottom, but you get the point. Since we know where the 4x4s are, we know the line where we need to mount this into the lifting mechanism. So I'll just simply look up here, walk my finger down, try to put a hole in that neighborhood with my Halligan, and that was more than it took, but it worked. And then we're just gonna introduce a single screw into there. And that's gonna hold our door nice and tight. And we can put a second one in the bottom if we want to really tighten it up at the end. But a lot of times just getting one good one in there will work just fine. All right, and you're set up. Now you can go ahead and cut. Go breach some doors, or some roll-up doors in this case.